Like damn, she wanna afford to touch me. I say I want it, and she got it.
What's good? It's your boy JayThat'sMe. Let's get into NXT from July the 9th, 2024. A very solid, fun show. This show was lit. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode of NXT. This was great. Tremendous stuff. So we kicked the show off with Ethan Page. He came out. He got on the mic. He was gloating about being the new NXT champion. Then Trick Williams came out. And he basically just wanted his rematch. Shawn Spears came out. He said that if it wasn't for him, Ethan Page wouldn't be champion. If he didn't pull Trick Williams out the ring, he wouldn't be NXT champion, that being Ethan Page. And then Javon Evans came out and he said that he shot a shot and he's going to shoot it again. And then basically a brawl ensues, basically. So what a cool way to start the show. This was great. I enjoyed this. Ethan Page is okay as champion. I don't think he's going to get a long reign. I think he'll probably have a transitional reign. He's either going to lose at the Great American Bash, or he'll lose at the next NXT Premium Live event, which is No Mercy. And I think that's going to be September 1st. So we'll see how that goes. But pretty good way to start off the show. Moving on. First match of the night. Carmen Petrovich defeated Ariana Grace. Alright, this is fine, I guess. So post-match, Fallon Henley, she attacked Carmen Petrovich from behind. And Fallon Henley tells Jacy, Jayne, and Jasmine Nix that she's sick and tired of these rookies. So they're going to form a Mean Girls stable, which is kind of cool. They're going after the new girls of NXT. Fallon Henley's only been in NXT for about 3.5 years. Jacy, Jayne, same thing. And Jasmine Nix just started, so I do like this. This is kind of interesting. Moving on. So Ava, she had a sit-down / talk with Brooks Jensen. She was telling Jensen that her and Shawn Michaels were about to release him, but they decided to give him another chance because they found out that there were certain people who were going to go to bat for him. And so Brooks Jensen said that he's down for a second chance. And he thanks Ava for giving him this opportunity. He's not going to mess up at all. So this is pretty cool. I enjoy this as well. And he tells Ava he's going to make an impact, which he does later on in the show. Continuing on, so Tony D'Angelo, he defeated Lexis King twice to retain his NXT Heritage Cup. So Eddie Thorpe, aka Carl Fredericks, he got involved. He is a DJ, which he actually is in real life, so that's pretty cool that they're actually adding that to his character. He's been a DJ for years, actually. And so he got involved in the match. And so Tony D wins. Lexis King, he's fine. I wish that he was in a better position, but it is what it is. But the match was fine. Moving on. So Brooks Jensen beat the shit out of Javon Evans. And so Josh Briggs, he's pissed off because he stuck his neck out for Brooks Jensen. And Jensen says that he was trying to make an impact. And then Josh Briggs tells Brooks Jensen to get the hell out of here. So I do like this. I like how they're going to feud Jensen with Javon Evans, and I like that. It's kind of cool. It's interesting to see where it goes. And also, they're going to feud Josh Briggs with Shawn Spears. That's not so cool, but we'll see how it all plays out. Continuing on. So Thea Hale, she's backstage with Chase U. She tells Chase U that she's going to get them back on the winning track after her match against Easy Dame later on in the night. So Ridge Holland, he was really pumped up about Chase U nearly stealing the entire Money in the Bank weekend. Ridge wants Chase U. He wants to make things up to Chase U. That's why he's got Thea her match with Izzy, and it could be a showcase match. And it could get her one step closer to having a match with Roxanne Perez for the NXT Women's Championship. Ridge Holland says that he also got Duke Hudson a shot at the North American Championship next week. Riley Osborne says the whole family's going to destroy Duke, which was kind of funny because it's true. And then Ridge disagrees with Riley and feels like Duke will bring singles gold to Chase U. Okay. That's fine, I guess. Continuing on. So, Gallus, they defeat Tyson and Tyreek. Who really gives a shit about this? This is lame. I don't care about it at all. Moving on. So, Kelly Kinnaid, she had a backstage interview with Trick Williams. Trick said that Brooks Jensen did Javon Evans dirty. These past 48 hours have been crazy, but it is what it is. Nothing and no one will get in his way becoming NXT champion once again. Trick doesn't care if he has to fight Ethan Page and Shawn Spears alone, but thinking about it, it might not be the best idea. He should get a tag team partner, and then we see a graphic of Joe Hendry, which is great because we know he's going to appear. And this was some really, really solid shit by NXT. I love this. Moving on. Wes Lee. Oh, man, this was great. So, Wes Lee came out. He got on the mic. He mentioned how he came this close to beating Obafemi. He imagined having his arm raised and how it would feel to hold the title back in his hands again and to proudly raise it above his head and be the king of the West Side. But unfortunately, that's not how it happened. He said he's going to be straight for everybody. He didn't know where he was going to go from here. He's been beaten up before, but this is different. Now look, I've had one hell of a run here in NXT, but I gotta be honest with you all. I truly gotta be honest with each and every one of you and myself. It's time for him to step away. And then the Rascalz come out, and the roof goes off the fucking building. That pop was fucking insane. That popped the shit out of me because I've been a huge advocate of NXT bringing in the Rascalz and reuniting them again. And this was tremendous. The crowd popped hard on that shit. I was super into this show then. Super into it. This was great. So, Wesley was happy to have them back. Zachary Wentz, he got on the mic, he said that they didn't want to see Wesley go. And they said that they missed him so much. Trey Miguel says, we get it. You can't believe that we're here. I can't believe that we're here. So, Wesley, he says that he's been extremely proud of the men that both of them have become. Then the Rascalz say, we know. And so Zachary Wentz put Wesley over by saying he's the greatest North American champion ever. And Trey Miguel says that on top of that, the two of you are the best tag team that's ever stepped foot in this very building. And Zachary Wentz was like, so this is what we came for. We're here in NXT. I think it's time that we get MSK back together. And I think it's time we get the Rascalz to wreck shop around here. And then they all do a massive hug. and the crowd popped on that. I was like, oh shit. This thing was lit. I absolutely love this. Great call by Shawn Michaels. They're going to be wrestling next week, taking on Gallus in a 6-man tag. That is going to be fun as fuck. So this was a tremendous segment by one Shawn Michaels. This was great. I love this. The Rascalz being on NXT kicks major ass. Moving on. Sarah Schreiber, she had an interview with Ethan Page and Shawn Spears. They say it's more like a handicap match at this point. Shawn Spears calls Trick Williams a loser, and they're both confident that they can work together and beat Trick once again. Shawn tells Ethan that he'll see him out there. There's one lost soul that needs his guidance right now. So that's fine. Moving on. So, Ava is pissed off at Briggs Jensen for what he did earlier on in the night. Josh Briggs says that Jensen is his responsibility until he gets his what together. Ava says that Brooks will have to fight Javon Evans next week, only if he's medically cleared. Brooks tells Briggs that he'll fight this battle alone, and then Josh Briggs wants Ava to give him a match against Shawn Spears. He took a month away from his career, and he wants revenge. Ava tells Josh Briggs that he can't interfere in tonight's main event. Okay, cool. Moving on. So, Thea Hill, she defeats Izzy Dame. And then post-match, Obafemi, he comes out. He appears on the podium. Obafemi says that Rich Holland must really like Duke Hudson because he begged Ava to give him a title shot at the NXT North American Championship. Come next week, Duke Hudson will realize that was a big mistake, and Obafemi is going to destroy him. Duke Hudson says that Obafemi spews out the same crap. He shouldn't be overlooking him. It'll be his pleasure to rip that championship away from Obafemi and dish out the biggest honor Chase University size ass whooping. So that was pretty cool. Moving on. So, out the mud, they defeat the Good Brothers. Who gives a shit? Fuck this. Jada Parker and Michi, and they got into a fight. Who cares? This means nothing. Moving on. So Fallon Henley, she gives a big shout out to Saruka for being the biggest waste of a title opportunity so far this year. It should have been her that was fighting Kalani Jordan in NXT Heatwave, and there would be a different outcome. Fallon Henley says that Kalani Jordan should be enjoying her title reign because it won't be lasting long. Saruka told Kelly Kinnaid that Kalani was the better woman, but when the rematch comes, the result will not be the same. As far as Fallon is concerned, she doesn't have a problem with her. They're in the same ladder match at Battleground. Saruka has learned that within this division, you either put in the work or you just bitch. So I do like that. Continuing on. So Charlie Dempsey and Miles Bourne, as well as Tavion Heights, they're backstage, and they put Damon Kemp inside a trunk. And Charlie says that mistakes will not be tolerated. He repeats this twice. The reason why this happened is because on Monday, Damon Kemp got released. So we don't know whether his contract lapsed or what have you, or whatever happened. But he's no longer with the WWE. So he's been officially released. Where he goes, nobody really knows. He was okay, but I could see him going to TNA or whatever. And they might add another person to replace Damon Kemp. So they might add someone, I don't know who. Moving on. So Cedric Alexander and Ashanti Adonis, they are taking their talents to NXT. Stevie Turner and Mr. Stone are still at odds over who should be Ava's assistant. So I do like this. This is great. I'm glad that both guys are getting a shot. They're both going to be single stars. And I'm pretty sure with NXT being a smart product show, they'll probably mention it on commentary that they were tag partners on the main roster when they're on SmackDown. So this is great. Cedric Alexander getting a real second chance is phenomenal. And the same goes with Ashani the Adonis. And I'm looking forward to this because I'm a fan of both guys. I think both guys can be stars for sure. I do think that if Vince was still in charge, both guys would have gotten axed a while ago. I just think that would have been the case. Moving on. So, Sol Ruka, she defeated Fallon Henley via she defeated Fallon Henley via the Slow Snatcher. Then post-match, Jacy, Jayne, and no, my bad. That's not how it happened. So, Jasmine, Nick, and Jacy, Jayne, they got involved and they caused the DQ. So Sol Ruka wins via DQ. So that's fine. Main event of the evening. Sean Spears and Ethan Page versus Trick Williams and Joe Hendry, who came out and got a massive reaction. We all knew he was going to be Trick's partner, and Joe Hendry gets the win via the standing ovation. Trick actually did the trick shot, and then he threw Sean Spears back into the ring, and Joe Hendry hit the standing ovation for the 1, 2, 3. This was great. Joe Hendry is super fucking over. Whenever his contract is up with TNA, we already know he's going to be WWE bound. He's going to go to NXT. He's been with TNA for 2 years. I would assume that he probably signed a 3-year deal. So WWE will probably get him sometime next year. That's for sure. Him and Jordan Grace. So we'll see how that works out. But man, this show was so damn fun. The Rascalz reuniting was great. Joe Hendry making his second appearance was great. The Charlie Dempsey no quarter catch crew stuff was great. This show was just fun all around. The matches are so-so, but the angles are so good, and that's what makes NXT the best wrestling show of the week to watch if you're really into it and you give it time. But what did you guys think of NXT? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.